but man, was he having fun and changing the game like an E named Easy during the Attitude Era when it wasn't cheesy, as he put in the wrench time because you know that pimpin' ain't easy, so give it up for a legendary talent. Kind human being who's recognizable from Idaho to Cairo, whether it's his Papa Shango or a fighting machine that's giving you trauma as comma, kick back without a care in the world or even a bother because you're about to greet a man that rocked it as the Godfather. So say hello to a man who brought it to the clubs like Dolomite and innovated the fame like the introduction of Sprite. It's quite the delight to welcome in the one and only. First name Charles, last name Wright. Welcome, my friend.
I have never in my life heard an intro, bro. Hey, I bow down, bro.
No.
I bow down. That is, my wife's in the background listening. I'm like, hey, this is great. I don't even need to say anything. You just said it all.
Man, oh man. The easiest part is being able to come up with all of those rhymes because you've done so much, my friend, inside the ring, but outside the ring. And we kind of travel in the same circles. And I know that respect from your peers is a pretty cool thing. You have it all across the board. You've got respect from your peers. Let me ask you this, though, Charles. All the accolades that you've acquired and earned your entire career is the greatest thing in the world to be able to travel and see the smile of a kid saying, hey, you know what? You meant a lot to me in my childhood.
Bro, you have no idea. I go out, I think this year alone, I'm going to go out 40, 45 weekends. And believe me, it's not about the money with me right now. It's so cool to go out there. And a couple weeks ago, I was in Syracuse, New York, and they got me in the ring, and I did my whole thing, man. And it's so cool that it's been since 2003.
Yeah.
And I've done that, and people are still with every word that I say, humbling, appreciated, bro. Happy, I swear, every week. I love doing it. I don't do it because I have to do it. I do it because it's so enjoyable, bro.
But we call it competitive camaraderie. There's no doubt about it. Sport of the mind. The winner of this gargantuan celebrity tournament, we got 157 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, wrestling, not to mention Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe. They're all here. John Goodman, William Defoe. Everyone's here. Would you like to win the entire celebrity tournament, my friend? 15 grand, 5-day trip to Greece for the win.
I would love it.
I think that's great. And you know what? You know what? I think our fans would too. Thank you for giving your fans your smile even when they don't have it, man. You make people happy. I'll put you backstage for a quick moment. Guys and gals, hip-hop is a calling and Queens is the place. As his lyrical miracles gave others a hope to chase, a dream without a trust fund, Maserati, or a deck of cards featuring a singular ace. As he perfected his vocation, all one had to do was turn on the station, specifically MTV, Yo MTV Raps. Check out a video that spoke truth and received a nomination at the MTV Music Awards, and rightly so, as it was a regular. It wasn't guys and gals, just your typical unleaded fuel. It was diesel. I'm talking about the classic hit Pop Goes the Weasel. Two of his group's albums were gold selling, $500,000, but chill, because he went solo releasing Return of the Product. It ranked high on the Billboard. No one was floored because he produced winner after winner during a time where any and all could celebrate hip-hop, be it on the street or Sunday outside of church. We took notice as his presence surpassed that of an Addams Family giant named Lurch. So put your hands together and stare at the screen from your perch and value this moment like a collector values online merch as I welcome in a kind, intelligent, down-to-earth human being, the one and only MC Serch. Welcome, my friend.
Yo.
The legend.
Bobby, that was incredible.
The legend.
Yo.
The legend,
Yo.
MC Serch.
What up, man?
How are you doing, man? I like what you're holding up there, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dudes like you that I get to look at things like this.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, look, I got a cartoon. Like, little kids can draw me because you did not ignore me. And you saw me. Yes. And then that freestyle just floored me. And, yo, I got to appreciate the way you delivered my historical back to the days of Melissa, which was awful. I mean, let's just be honest. First records are horrible. But what you just did was outstanding, not deplorable. Anyway, I appreciate you.
What you just did right now, actually, I got goosebumps. I saw what you just did. So thank you.
But listen, this is about to be a movie. I told the Hammer and I told my man it's about to be a movie.
This is a truly Renaissance man, guys and gals, truly, because beyond the great iron in any movie, he's assisted many autistic children through his participation in the Wounded Warrior Project. much like what he does for veterans, guys and gals, through that very project. With over 100 films and TV credits and an induction in the Texas Hall of Fame, it isn't merely the name or the acclaim, as his heart has stayed the same. So at this juncture, make sure you alert your brother and sister, your parents, make sure your kids have been fed. Even text your favorite stuffed animal, Ted. You'll be chanting his name while your face turns beet red like this soup. This is a man that many gals wanted to wed. And if you pissed him off on the gridiron, count your lucky stars, you weren't left for dead. So rise to your feet, get off that chair, sofa, or king-size bed, as I welcome an absolute legend, an iconic, talented, kind, diverse human being. Last name Williamson, first name Fred. Welcome, my friend.
Dude, you are dangerous. You know too much. You know too much, man. I'm gonna send my boys out to talk to you, man.
The winner of this entire celebrity tournament is a sport of the mind, because the mind is a muscle through these topics, of course. Would you like to win the entire tournament, Fred? We're talking trip to Greece and $15,000.
It depends on who's judging.
Ah, okay.
Depends on
Got
who's
some
judging.
good judges.
And the reason that they're judging, don't judge because somebody told you that this guy was this and this guy was that. Take it one at a time, take it individually, then the choices become permanent.
I love it. I'm going to kick things off with MC Serch first, but I'll read the topic to our viewers so they know the topic. And guys, MC Serch, Godfather, and Fred, they could go on as long as they want. As long as they want, that's fine. Same topic for all three gentlemen. I call topic number 1 history on speed dial, because in this fun scenario, you all have the ability to lean on history for some sage advice. Serch, in your rich and storied career, can you name a time that you were at a crossroads, and if you were able to show any historical figures some respect by calling them during a time so that they can impart some sage advice, who would you call and why? Whenever you're ready, good sir, the floor is yours.
So this actually happened. And, you know, you look at experience, and I think experience is the best teacher, especially when it happens to you personally. You know, both these young men to my left and right have had experience be a big part of their education. I was the first non-African American ever to host the oldest black station in the United States, WJLV. And I wanted to bring together the largest church at the time, which was Greater Grace in Detroit, the number 7 mosque, which was obviously Malcolm X's mosque, which was then Conrad Muhammad's mosque at the time. And I wanted to bring in the 3rd largest Jewish congregation, Shari Zedek, for a turkey drive. So I had to call Farrakhan. And because I knew I could get Greater Grace, and I knew I could get the rabbi of Shari Zedek, but Conrad Muhammad was going to be a challenge. And I'm not going to share exactly what he said, but the wisdom that he imparted on me during that time where I really felt like this was at a time where the city really needed to come together, was that religion is only a placeholder, that everybody's belief in a higher power is really the connection that we should all aspire to. That whatever book you read, that's a placeholder for how you should control yourself, control your life, deal with people from a spiritual sense. But everybody should deal with the higher power as a one-to-one connector. And I love that, because I think people forget that. I think we put policy in front of purpose. I think we put a lot of nonsense in front of direction. And I think, you know, I love that good orderly direction, that one-to-one connection. And as, you know, as I get closer to the back 9, I appreciated what Farrakhan said to me even more and more. So,
would you say that that's probably the best thing somebody could do, even once they've succeeded in their vocation, is still be receptive to be able to learn every single day? Because you never know where knowledge is going to come from.
Oh yeah, no, and I've told, when I mentor, I've kind of broken down my life, you know, my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s.
Sure.
So my 20s was all about learning. I learned everything.
Sure.
I had a record deal at 21. I had a production deal at 24. I had a clothing company at 25. I was consulting at, you know what I'm saying? So learn everything. But the other thing I learned is during that time of my own success, I was learning how many people were wasting my time. So in my 30s, I was learning, but I was also churning. I was eliminating people. And by the way, like I remember the first half of that, I would make some grand declaration like, oh, you're wasting. Yo, I got to a point where their name in my phone just became do not answer Johnson. Do not answer Rodriguez.
You let them figure it out too much.
Yeah, and they'll just figure it out when I just stop returning. So then my 40s was about learning, earning, and churning, right?
I love that.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Because that was always about that. And now my 50s is learning, earning, churning, and returning. You know, I'm 58 now, you know, so it's like, all right, we built an entire ecosystem for writers.
Yeah.
Right? So helping writers get their money organized, and we make nothing.
Think about a Charles Wright who had the look and the presence and the commitment, the work ethic. First match up against Lawler, world title. I mean, that's unheard of. Unheard of.
Dude, that's my very first match ever, not knowing anything besides doing what Jerry Lawler, who I love to death to this day, God bless him, his health's not the best, him and JR. I just seen them on the plane, helped both of them get on the plane. God bless both of them, great dudes. But Jerry Lawler's got in the ring with me, and he's like, do this, do that, do this. And he's like, I can work with you. And that was a crossroad in my life.
If I'm able to interweave this topic while you're speaking, then I'll kick it over to Fred, because your talking points are kind of about, you know, crossroads. Let me ask you this. Because of this scenario that I presented before you, if you were able to somehow call any historical figure, alive or deceased, during a time, during these crossroads, to impart some sage advice, who would you call and why?
To this day, believe it or not, and he's still alive, but it would be Jerry the King Lawler.
Jerry Lawler.
Okay. Ron Simmons, who's still alive, because those two people on different spectrums, one being white, one being black, have so much knowledge and have been through so much. And Jerry being from Memphis and seeing all the bullshit that they had to deal with in the South, and where I grew up.
Wow.
Okay, which is now called Silicon Valley. So, you know.
Sure.
Just you know, from there.
Well, Fred Williamson, same topic. I'll read it to our audience very quickly. If you have the ability to lean on history, Fred, for some sage advice in your rich and storied career, can you name a time that you were at a crossroads? And if you were able to somehow call any historical figure so they can impart some advice, who would you call and why? Fred, whenever you're ready, the floor belongs to you.
They're saying I enjoyed each one of their stories. It was very entertaining. But my left shoe is older than all of them. Both of them. My left shoe is older than both of these guys. I'm 87. So my history goes way back, dude, when we weren't even supposed to be alive. Black people weren't even supposed to be alive, man. I can remember being in the 6th grade, and I was the target because I was a good athlete. I was good looking, which I am now. I was fast, quick. So when they played dodgeball in the gym, I was the guy that was always the target because nobody could hit me. So that's where my athletic power came into being. And from that, I went to college, and I'm grown up now. I'm 6'2", 210 pounds, and they made me a tackle at Northwestern. And I'm saying, don't you know who I am? In track, I ran the 100-yard dash. I ran the 220. And I threw the shot put. I was Big Ten shot put champ, along with being 200-meter champ and 100-meter champ, and they make me a tackle. So I can't give my college coach or my pro coach any high accolades for making me be a tackle. Tackle was not my future. So one day, I got drafted by the 49ers. So I go to the 49ers, and they give me a red shirt. And I said, okay, what's the red shirt for? It means I'm special? He says, no, son, you're playing defense. Defense? Don't you know who I am? I can catch the ball in my teeth, between my toes. Why do I have to play defense? I said, well, we need defensive players. I said, okay. After about 2 weeks of playing defense, I can't cover anybody. They made a defensive back out of me because I had the speed and I had size, the biggest cornerback ever played the game. I played cornerback at 220, 225. And he said, no, you're going to have to play defense. So I can't cover anybody in practice. I'm falling down. I'm tripping over my feet. I can't cover nobody. He comes to me and he says, son, you're not going to make this team. You disappoint us. So I come back next day. They send a pass receiver out in front of me. It was R.C. Owens, big time offensive player. I got about a yard off of him. I could tell you what he had for breakfast. Coach was a red hickey. Just goddamn Williamson, get back. He's going to make you look stupid. I just shut up and hike the ball. So they hiked the ball at RC. He made one move to me. I did that to him, and I knocked him out. Coach Fritz, he runs over and says, God damn it, what you doing, Williamson? I said, I covered him. You know, he said, okay. So now I still don't get my position. I'm now playing tackle. I'm playing tackle. My career had no future. I had no way to do the things that I was good at, utilizing my size and my speed. So I had to take my career in my own hands, man. And I asked to be traded, and they traded me to Pittsburgh, and I went to Pittsburgh and I became all-pro. Played with the Raiders, became all-pro as a pass receiver, defensive back. I had to take my career in my own hands. I was too far ahead of myself. I was too advanced. Nobody that's 220 pounds, 215 pounds should run 109.6, 9.7, run and be the shot put champ at the same time. Nobody could understand that. I didn't understand it either, but that was my problem. I'm an athlete. I'm not a football player. I'm not a football player. And I got the name Hammer when I was with 49ers. After I knocked RC on, Red Hickey come over and said, God damn, what you doing? I said, I covered him. He said, well, stop hammering my players so I could get my offense in. I'm better looking than those guys. I'm going to Hollywood and become Diane Keel's boyfriend on the Julia show. I buffalo my way in to see the producer, Hal Cantor. And he says, well, why are you here? I said, you got guys being Diane Keel's boyfriend on the show who should be more masculine to highlight her femininity. He said, okay, we'll try you out. I signed for a 3-year contract after the first show.
But they had a quota. And there you are, as you said, with your own production company, a leading man who just
had money changes attitude. Money can change an attitude.
And he said, I chose the latter. I used the system, and I knew how to make them money. And as long as I could do that, my thoughts and my opinions and what I stand for won't be compromised. Made sense when he broke it down, Fred.
But there's a third choice.
What's that?
There's a third choice. My power in Europe is 10 times bigger than my power in America. Because in America, I'm a black actor. In Europe, I'm an action star. So my films in Europe, Spain, Germany, Italy, Sweden, are big there. I'm a bigger star in Europe than I am in America because of the fact that I'm not judged by my color, I'm judged by my performance.
Right. Well said. So here we go, guys and gals. I'm going to start with Charles first. Charles, if you could pay for one of the following, which would it be and why? To view Rocky Balboa as a neurosurgeon, Seinfeld as a correctional officer, or Rambo as a talk show host?
It would have to be the first one, man.
Rocky is a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, man, I mean, at least that'd be interesting. It'd be a stretch. I mean, from everything that he's done, and I ain't mad at him because, like I said, bro, I got interrupted because of one of his movies, which
one? Over the top.
Yeah, right. So it would be that.
But you have to admit, though, Charles, if this is one time he doesn't need Mickey in the room with him, right? Like Mickey.
Did you mention, hey, right now we're going to open you up. Don't worry about it, baby. We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. I don't know if that was more Rodney Dangerfield or Rocky, but.
Yeah, we don't need Mickey giving a motivational speech in that damn room.
Hey,
I'm going to kick it over.
Don't worry. You can get through it. Come on, Rock.
Get out of there, Mickey. I got to cut this guy.
Come on, Mickey.
Serch is going to get the same options. Rocky Balboa is a neurosurgeon, Seinfeld is a correctional officer, or Rambo the talk show host.
Just from the strict background, I'm going to go Jerry Seinfeld as the CO.
Why?
I think him and Larry David would create some storylines of like conversations him having with inmates.
Yeah.
Joe Davola as the crazy clown.
Crazy Joe Davola. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the second one. Also, shout out to my man Jerry Seinfeld, member of the tribe. Let's go.
Fred Williamson, options for you as well. We got one more after this, and we're finishing up with topic number 2. We have Hannibal Lecter as a cast member of 9210, Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, or Conan the Librarian.
Big Bertha on my side, on my team. Take care of this. take care of this lightweight over here. This dude is bothering me. You take care of that. I'm gonna fix you up, baby. All right?
Big Bird's
That's
bounty.
the most gangster thing I ever heard in my life.
100%.
It is what it is, dog. I be what I be.
I love
Fred,
that.
and Fred, you know that Big Bird ran the streets of Sesame, right?
Yeah, right. He did.
Run the streets of Sesame.
Big Dog. Big Bird was running shit.
Yeah.
But just Fred, what kind of arsenal is Big Bird carrying with him? I'm just curious.
That's a good question, actually.
What ratchet does he have with him
Question.
in Big Bird the Bounty Hunter, executive produced by Fred the Hammer Williamson?
A choke necklace that they can choke people with, and you never know what the weapon was.
But I'm going to read this topic out to Serch as he kicks this last topic off. If you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which career highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why? Whenever you're ready, Serch, the floor belongs to you.
Well, first, I want to say, Fred, you have no idea what you mean to me, and what your films have meant to me. Me and my boys growing up in Redfern Projects in Far Rockaway, Queens. I recently was able to visit Newport, Rhode Island, and get to see Marble House and get to see where John Adams lived and where his block was intersected, where it was like literally John Adams, the Joachim Assad, Rothschild, Jefferson. These men literally develop systems, economic systems that we still utilize, whether we use them right or wrong. And I was moved by the beauty. I was moved by the majesty of where that was. Just the industrial side, just the conversations about railroad, tobacco, just that. And if I could take the things that I learned from Chuck D, and we were in Switzerland and we encountered counterfeiters who were selling their goods illegally, and they had an entire book with them that had all the governing rights. So if they ever got pulled over for whatever reason, they knew all their rules and regulations. And Chuck taught me so much about understanding what it meant to have the odds against you. If I could take the golden era of hip hop from 1988 and 1993 and impart what I learned during that era and bring that to the Industrial Revolution, the John Adams, the Jefferson, and say, hey, if we can devise a system of true equality, of true education based on what from Far Rockaway, Queens, and take that and bring that there, I gotta believe things would have looked a little different.
I believe that our human ability to connect with people is a choice. It really still, and that defines any era. I don't care when people say old school, new school, right school, wrong school. That's a choice you make. You can make a choice to listen to people and to connect to people if you want. It's really up to you. You had a nice time, Serch?
It was amazing. I appreciate it.
Fred, if you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which career highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor belongs to you. Good, sir.
Well, I believe in the business of the business. That way you can help other people. And I became a producer and a director and writing my own shows so I could work with guys that I respect, like Jim Brown and Jim Kelly and Roundtree and these guys that are no longer with us. My understanding of being a success is to reach out and help struggling other actors, especially black actors who have talent, have never had a chance to express their talent. And that's what I do now, and that's what I will probably continue to do.
I love your passion, and it seems like it's never wavered. It seems like it's never been compromised by anything you believe in. And I love knowing that you're the same person off camera as you are on camera. And of course, I'm still going to say that to Fred, because if I said anything else, he would kick my ass. We know that. If you could select one career highlight of yours that you could share with people from a bygone era, which highlight would you select and why? And which era would you select and why?
It would be the Attitude Era, because I had been through so many different changes in wrestling, from being a voodoo man to a militant to an ultimate fighter. And regardless if I was a pimp or not, it was just fun to get out there and be myself. And I give all that credit to my wife, because I was in the Nation of Domination, and they weren't really doing much with me. The Rock had started movies, and Mark Henry and D-Lo were tagging up, but they weren't doing nothing with me. And my wife decided, if we could do something to show your personality and just the real you at this point in your life, we're going to be all right. So she came up with that gimmick. And that time of my life, man, that was a turning point in my life, because it took me from this mean biker mentality that I used to have to just being a nice, settled guy. And before I go any further, I'm MC Serch. I respect you, bro. It's so cool that you weren't just the white dude. You were in with the bros, man, and you were part of the game. And Fred Williamson, hey, you have no idea how much respect that I have for you, man. I grew up in the 70s, bro, and you were my hero. But that was a turning point in my life, because it made me a better person, and it made my wife more involved with my life.
Charles, you've done a ton of these, my friend. Did you have a nice time?
Had a great time, man. Thank you, man. Nothing but love, Bobby.
Likewise. Thank you, Charles. Fred, did you have a nice time tonight, my friend?
I had a great time, man.
Stevie, my friend, you've been on the show a ton, man. Did you always have a good time when you're on here, Stevie?
Oh yeah. These guys just don't know what they're missing, man. They just don't know. It's nothing like this show anywhere that challenges your knowledge, that you make good friends with people. You see how other people outlook on certain things, and especially how Avi pretty curtails these questions. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I've been knowing the dude for a long time.
Yeah, 10 years I prefer.
Go ahead, but I call him the professor. Y'all call him Avi. I call him the professor.
I call you the scholar. That I'll always holler. Guys and gals and pals, it's Stevie Ray. And I want to say this too again. I want to bring the best out of people, because sometimes people don't know how impactful they've been. And I want to do that through this show while still cutting it up and having a good time and having some laughs, because I don't know if you guys had a good day. I don't know if somebody told you today, hey man, you brought the best out of me. I don't know if that happened. We always expect all the celebrities and luminaries to receive roses and praise, but you guys are human beings. And being in the studio system for almost 30 years, I'm not starstruck by people. I'm awestruck by people.
Well, we expose a lot to each other that we don't expose outside of each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And yeah.
Is respect for people. How many people we met in this industry, you and I, that sometimes, they've got the name and the fame and the acclaim, but sometimes it's all a game. And there's no game with Fred, man. He's such an honest, down-to-earth person. I think that's my takeaway. Genuine
guy, man. Genuine guy. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think you bring that out of a lot of people, too. I think this show brings that out of a lot of people. I think this show makes people leave certain things at home. On the sideline. I really do. Especially the way you approach them, and being a person that has been asked to do a lot of stuff in front of a lot of people and come out and talk to a lot of people. It's certain people and a certain demeanor that can bring that out of a person, bro. Serious business.
You're one of them too.
Serious business.
By the way, the prize.
Next Saturday night, TKN Celebrity Tournament, the final one of 2025. Rick Mahorn, I hear you've been talking a lot of smack. Well, Rick Mahorn, next week, you're gonna have to deal with me. Rick Mahorn, next week, you and me. They call you a bad boy. We'll see if you still got it. See you, and I wouldn't want to be you.